All right, folks. I want to welcome you to this little discussion about the things I missed over the past decade by not living in America, not being in America. I don't watch the news, and it's not just against the mainstream media in the U.S. I don't watch any news. I get my news online from several sources. Usually I just read the headlines, and then you can kind of get the vibe of what the agenda is from that particular news agency. If you don't believe me, just go to read the headlines on like Al Jazeera, then go to RT, then go to CNN. Just read the headlines. The way the headlines are written, you can tell the corporation's agenda just by reading the way they title the articles. You don't even have to read the whole article. So like Fox News is so predictable. I don't watch Fox News. I don't read Fox News because I already understand the way they think over there at Fox News. I'm a redneck. I grew up in the South. I'm not learning anything from Fox News. I know how they think. I check CNN because they make me laugh, and it's just so blatant how their agenda, their on the other side of the fence, the liberal agenda. It's so blatant if you just check different sources and read the headlines and the tone of the articles. So anyhow, I don't listen to the news. You can ask anybody that knows me over the past 10 years. And let's just preface this. Over the past 10 years, I've spent, let's see, what is this, 2020? Okay, so over the past decade, I've spent 2 years in the United States. And I pretty much lived in seclusion during those 2 years. Just me and my Thai wife hanging out at the beach, during work or after work hours. It was me and my Thai wife. So I didn't have a whole lot of interaction in the States during those 2 years. So basically I'm a decade caveman, as I've said before, about what's going on in the United States, my home country, because I just don't know. I don't live there. For 10 years I've basically lived on what I call the Overstay Road. Dodging visas, traveling, living in Southeast Asia. And so for the most part, I'm not really an expert to ask about what's going on in the U.S. I'm a 10-year caveman. I'm quite the opposite. I have no idea what's going on over there. Oh yeah, some nice cold Heineken in this Yeti Colster. And no, this isn't sponsored. Nobody, I don't have any sponsors. I'm a sponsor's worst fucking nightmare because I'm not predictable. I can't be controlled. So nothing on my channel is sponsored. But this is a great product by Yeti. And what's funny is if you got beer up here, you let it sit out for a little bit, you take the first sip and that shit's hot. And then once it hits what's been kept cold down here, it goes from fucking warm to cold, just like that. Great piece of gear, Yeti Colster. What was it, like 25 bucks, 20 bucks, something like that. If you're a beer drinker, best koozie in the world. Yeah, so I thought I'd just do this video. I wanted to do this video before the new year. I'm a little late to the game, but late's better than not doing it at all, because these are just some points I want to bring up, and I'm going to look forward to reading the comments down below. If you follow my channel, I think you've pretty much got the gist of the fact that I'm a caveman. It's like I've been hibernating from the US culture for a decade, which I have. I walk into a bar and they've got CNN playing on a big screen TV, boom, U-turn, I'm fucking out of there. I'm walking up to a damn hotel lobby and I hear fucking Fox News playing behind the front desk. Boom, I'm out of there. New fucking hotel. I go to eat breakfast and they're playing that shit. And I guess, the hotels, I guess they're thinking, oh, we got a bunch of, Americans, foreigners here. We'll put on CNN or Fox News or whatever. I think we like that shit. I guess most people do. My father came over here and visited. They were over here for a few weeks. You know what the guy did? Love you, Dad, but I gotta tell on you. Fucking watch Fox News all goddamn day. Vacation in Southeast Asia, still got to have his Fox News. Can't stay at a hotel unless they got Fox News. That's most Americans. And when you get away from that, folks, you realize what is being glued to a TV, watching Fox News or CNN for hours a day. How is that having a positive impact on your life? And the answer is it's not, because the news is not positive. So you sit there, and they used to call this programming, right? Because you're being programmed. You're being programmed by that corporation's agenda, which is highly influenced by the United States federal government. So why would you voluntarily sit there and glue yourself to CNN or Fox News for hours upon hours every day, listening to these talking heads who don't know shit? If you ain't figured it out, people in the newsroom, they know very little about reality. They sit in a newsroom, they read off of a teleprompter. I don't even see why we need talk show hosts anymore. Put fucking 3 robots up there and have them read the script. It comes out the same. They're basically citing and regurgitating what their bosses have told them to say. And if they deviate from that, they get canned. So how do you remove yourself from it? It's very simple. Don't watch that shit. I'm not saying don't be aware of what's going on in the world, but these days with the internet, you can check various sources while you're drinking your coffee. You don't have to be, if you listen to one news source, you're going to be biased and you're going to be programmed to their agenda. But while you're drinking your coffee, pull up your iPad, browse a half a dozen different news sites, read the titles, pick 3 articles that are of importance, read them, and go on about your day. Damn sure don't turn the fucking TV on and listen to news and talking heads all day. It's just a waste of your time. It'll elevate your blood pressure and piss you off. And for most of us, you're not going to do anything about it. You're just going to sit there and be pissed off. Fuck that. Life's too short to sit there and be pissed off over Fox News or CNN. What, that shithead, I don't even know if he's still on there. What's his name? Bill O'Reilly. This fucker says. I don't give a fuck what any of them say. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. I don't listen to them. You don't affect my life. You can say whatever you want to say on the news. You're not elevating my fucking pulse or my blood pressure, because I ain't there. That's the easiest way to avoid it. Just remove yourself from it. Stop watching that shit. That's my advice to you. So with that background, you realize, haven't been in America. I don't watch the news. For several years over here, my routine was to get up, go, drink fucking 2 or 3 big beers, then head down, drink with my buddy Walter, like this 75-year-old dude from Amsterdam. We'd get drunk, and then I'd head over to happy hour, drink with my bar girls, and then, go out and party every night. So I lost a couple years just by the newfound freedom and drinking and partying and chasing women and just living that lifestyle. I don't give a fuck about the news. All right, with all that said, I'm going to talk about, let me see what my list came up to here. I actually wrote this shit down. All right, 10 things. Let's go 10 things that I missed the past decade by not living in America. It's in no particular order. All right, let me give you before I start this list, let me give you the legal cheese and the disclaimer. Topics in this discussion may piss you off. If I start pissing you off, just go ahead and select another video. It's real easy. One click, you're out of here. These are my opinions. And a lot of this is a not being fully informed opinion. I will admit that I'm naive. I'm ignorant. Now, ignorant doesn't mean stupid. It means you're not aware of the facts. I am naive and ignorant to some of these topics because I didn't live through this and I'm not there. But that goes along with what I'm talking about. These are things I fucking missed and I don't understand. I wasn't there. I'm not there. But if anything here pisses you off, just select another video. I'm not apologizing to you. You don't get a fucking apology, a refund, a fucking get your money back on this channel. It's real simple. Just go somewhere else, click another one of my videos that's not sensitive in nature, and there, you've been served the legal cheese. And if you go forward at this point, it's your own damn fault if you don't like what I got to say. All right, number one on the list of things that I missed and don't understand over the past decade in the United States is this hashtag MeToo shit. Now, I understand it's supposedly a movement. How the hell do you get a movement out of the keywords hashtag MeToo? I got no clue. But I'll tell you how it came to being with me. My buddy called me up one day and said, "Hey man, you hear about this MeToo shit?" Now, if you've never heard the words or don't know how those keywords are connected to this movement, if somebody just called you up and said, "Hey man, have you heard about this you also shit?" You're thinking what it means in the English language, me too. So I'm thinking that he did something. I mean, I'm just processing this with the English language, me too. I'm like, you know, what are you talking about, dude? What'd you do? You did something too? What? I can't figure it out initially in this conversation. He said, "No, man, there's this thing called hashtag me too, and it's something about you can't talk to bitches in clubs no more." So this guy went from just two basic words in the English language, me too, me also, I and also, to flipping the script on me and saying, no, it's about something about you can't talk to bitches in clubs anymore. You can't walk up to chicks in a club and say, "Hey, I saw, you know, you look nice. You know, fucking had to come over here and talk to you. God damn, you're looking good tonight, girl. You know, you can shoot me down, whatever, but I had to let you know you look stunning tonight." He said you can't do that shit anymore. Now, I can't remember. I think I was on a bar stool at the time, which most of the time I spent a lot of time on bar stools, and obviously I had a few. And so I am perplexed at where he's going with this conversation. I'm not processing it. I have no fucking clue as to what he's talking about. Now, he didn't know what was going on really either, because he doesn't live in the United States. So you got two cavemen communicating. You know, we're Americans, lived in America most of our lives, but you've got two cavemen not living in America and not in tune with what's going on over there, trying to figure out what a hashtag Me Too has to do with anything. And how does that have to do with you can't talk to women in clubs anymore? So at the end of this conversation, I was just perplexed. I had no idea what the guy was fucking talking about. And I still really don't know. I don't know why it's called a movement. I don't know. What the limited shit that I know, it has some stuff to do with this Harvey Weinstein, who's a producer, I guess. He's a Hollywood producer. In the few cases I read, it was like, okay, the ladies involved back in the day, I guess made a deal with Harvey Weinstein. Hey, you want a part in this movie? Suck my dick, or give me some ass and I'll give you the part. They did it voluntarily. Wasn't sexual assault, wasn't rape. It was a business agreement between two consenting adults. And basically, if you consent to a business agreement or for monetary gain or services, that classifies you as a prostitute. It's straight up prostitution. You're a hooker. You committed, there's the word committed. You performed a sexual act in exchange for monetary gain, financial gain. That makes you a prostitute. It doesn't make you a rape victim. It doesn't make you a victim of sexual assault. It makes you a hooker. So these ladies back in the day got the part in the movie, whatever. And then 20, 30 years later, here we go. Now everybody wants to claim that they're a victim. Hashtag MeToo. Give me some more money. It's all about money. They're suing this guy because they want more money. If there was no monetary gain involved, none of these chicks would come out of the woodwork and claim this shit against anybody. Now, listen, we already have terms for this. It's called rape. It's called sexual assault. Those are crimes. They should be dealt with very harshly. But when you're in any type of business, and what's the oldest profession in the world? It's prostitution. And two consenting adults make an agreement. That's your business, and I'm not judging you. But you, ladies, you don't get to come back 2 decades later when this guy is a multimillionaire and say, oh, I was a victim. You remember 20 years ago, you would only give me the part if I sucked your dick. That makes you a prostitute. But now you're wanting more money, which basically makes you a prostitute renegotiating the original business deal. Now, I'm not saying that's all the cases. Maybe part of the movement is because people were, ladies were afraid to come out. But the ones that are suing for money, this is about money. This is about money. You can say it's about justice. They're wanting to get paid. And that's my personal opinion about those particular situations. If you do something voluntarily for money, and you come back 2 decades later to renegotiate more money, you're just a hooker renegotiating the initial business deal. I know that's not going to go well with some people, but in those situations, you're not a fucking victim, dear. You're not a victim at all. Absolutely not. You're a hooker. You were a hooker back in the 70s and the 80s, and now you're a hooker trying to get more money out of the guy. So, and again, I'm not saying that's all the cases, but looking at it from that perspective, those type of cases, don't come to me claiming you're a victim 30 years fucking later, when all of a sudden everybody's suing and getting money. Now you want to jump on the class action lawsuit against the dude. No, you don't get no respect from me. You don't get no sympathy from me. Okay, we're grown ass adults. We make decisions. Sometimes decisions are better than others, and sometimes you look back on decisions that you wish you hadn't made, but you made them. It's history. You shouldn't be able to, and you shouldn't have the privilege of coming back 20, 30 years later and trying to extort money out of a guy when you volunteered this shit back 20, 30 years ago to get a part, to further your career. That's what I think about it. So, I don't have a lot of contact with chicks from America, right? Southeast Asia, you know, Southeast Asian girls, Thai girls, girls from Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, and Philippines. They got no idea what this MeToo shit is either. They're not over here claiming they're fucking victims and shit. People just living their life every day. What the fuck's this MeToo movement? You try to explain it to people outside the West, they would probably see it the same way I just explained it to you. It's people trying to get more money. So I don't deal with that shit over here. But I was on an island in Thailand, and I ran into 3 ladies. They're from California. Now they're Mexican by their family. Their family is Mexican, but these 3 ladies, you know, grew up in California, so they're American chicks. You know, lovely. I mean, big, heavy-set ladies. Shout out to you. You know, had a great time hanging out with you. But I'm just describing the scene. Okay, so these chicks from California, you know, family's Mexican. Talking to them and having a casual conversation, and I said, "What's this Me Too shit?" And it was like everybody started cringing. You know, like I had said some fucking key word that just can't be said. And I said, "Yeah, I got no idea what this is. Could you explain it to me? Because all I know is that I'm not supposed to talk to chicks in clubs anymore." That's what my buddy told me. I said, "Is that true?" And you know what the girl said? She said, "Well, you have to be careful." I said, what does that mean? Why do people go to clubs? People go to clubs to meet the opposite sex, to dance, drink, have a good time, and probably 20-30% of the people in that club, maybe not these days, but back in the day, there's about 30% of us going home and getting laid. That was the objective of going to a club, not to fucking go there and say, "Hey, look at my new jacket. Check out these new shoes." Nobody give a fuck about what you're wearing. They're trying to get you, you know, locked in and get hooked up later on. That's the purpose of going to clubs. So this young lady, she's 20 something, just said, yeah, well, you have to be careful. What does that mean? I mean, I truly was fucking perplexed. You mean I can't walk up to you in a club and say, "Hey, how you doing? My name's Mark." Is that too much? I said, that's my universal pickup line that I've used for, you know, since I was fucking 6 years old. It don't get any more complicated. It ain't funny. It ain't witty. It's not crafty. But it's got me laid thousands of times. "Hey, how you doing? My name's Mark." That's all you gotta do is start the conversation with a girl. I said, "I can't do that." "Well, you have to be careful." And it was like, what the hell is going on in America? So I asked the girl, I said, "Well, how the fuck do you meet people these days?" I said, "Let me guess. What do? You get on fucking Facebook and you fucking text somebody with a couple little fucking smiley emojis, and that's how you start a conversation?" She's like, "Well, yeah. That's how you start it out. You start chatting online or texting, you know, and then you meet, and then you maybe, you know, get to know the person." How the fuck are people in the West having kids? How are people meet? But that's what she told me. Flat out, you got to meet people online, on Facebook, Instagram, start chatting a little bit. What the fuck's wrong with me walking up to you in the grocery store or at a club or at the mall and saying, "Hey, how you doing? My name's Mark. I was walking by, you know, a very pretty girl. I thought I'd stop by and say hello. You have a boyfriend? Would you like to get a cup of coffee?" Take it from there. That was so foreign to these chicks that I was talking to that it was surreal for me. Absolutely surreal. Telling me you have to be careful because of this Me Too movement. So I left that conversation still fucking perplexed. But the simplistic takeaways is that I only understand now is that you're not supposed to talk to bitches in clubs anymore. And number 2, you know, former hoes are renegotiating deals and dudes are having to pay. That's what I know about it. So I know that's gonna piss off some people, but that's an outsider's perspective looking in. And if I went here on the streets in the Philippines and asked people, what do you know about MeToo? No fucking clue. Go to the majority of the other countries and ask people, they fucking don't know what the hell you're talking about over there. You know, so it all comes down to bitches trying to get paid. That's what it means to me. Okay, let's move right along. Number 2, shit that I missed. The word woke, W-O-K-E. I have no fucking clue what the word woke means, other than it means for me, are you woke up yet? Hey man, did you woke up yet? Did you wake up yet? Are you awake? Are you awoke? I don't even know if any of those are fucking correct words. Woke? What the fuck does that mean? I still don't get it. The only thing I can figure out is that it's like the new word for being politically correct. So it's like politically correct 2.0. But like that's too many syllables. Politically correct. That's 7 fucking syllables to say politically correct. PC, that gets you confused with a fucking computer. So we come up with a new word. Now we call it woke. You know, so you have to have a politically correct speech. That's the old term. Now you have to have woke speech. I don't know. Maybe they picked out the word woke because it's got whoa in it. I think that's how it came about. So what happened was, you know, people are on the podium talking and they get a little bit too controversial, and then their aides are over there saying, whoa, whoa, what? Whoa, wake up, motherfucker, whoa. And so they combine whoa with wake up. You're talking politically incorrect, motherfucker. And it just combined to be woke. Whoa, whoa, Senator so-and-so, wake up, man, you fucking up. Woke. Have no fucking clue what it means. Still don't. But when I read these headlines that say, okay, Marvel movies or comics, whatever, is going to have a transgender hero because they're woke. That's not proper English. Because they are woke. Now we're taking these terms and we're just totally destroying the fucking English language. The fuck is that? Woke? Is that a verb? Is that a fucking noun? What the I got no fucking clue. Anybody wants to explain, number one, how the term came about, what the fuck it means, leave a paragraph down in the fucking comments. Because I don't get it. I understand politically correctness. That's been around a long time, that term, that branding. And I think that's what we did. We just rebranded it to being woke, because when your buddy starts getting a little drunk and talking shit that he shouldn't, whoa, dog. Hey, wake the fuck up, man. You can't talk like that. You're gonna get fired. Whoa, woke. Well, I can tell you this, over here in Southeast Asia, nobody uses that fucking term. English speaking expats from any country, I never fucking heard that here. I've only read it online in these headlines and stuff. Nobody over here said the fucking words "me too." We don't deal with this shit. We don't talk like that. We just exist. We just peacefully exist among one another, with the occasional fucking complainers and haters and trolls. That's to be expected anywhere. But we're at number 1 and number 2, me too and woke. Not part of my speech. Never hear it through these ears, other than my buddy saying, "Hey man, you hear about this Me Too shit?" I'm reading this woke. What the fuck? See how ridiculous this shit is. But it's a lesson in marketing. Folks, it's a lesson in marketing that, you know, frequency and reach. If you blast this shit out to the masses and keep blasting it out, people are gonna fucking pick up on it, because most people are sheep. And I'm not even gonna quote a A famous, maybe somebody will pick up on this. A famous person in history basically said that. That's all I'm going to say. Somebody will pick up on that and explain it down in the comments. Number 3, moving along. Number 3, memes. What the fuck is a meme? I had no idea what a fucking meme was until my little brother had to sit down and explain it. Like, what the fuck is a meme? He explains it, and I said, you mean a funny poster? Like, bro, funny posters have been around since fucking the beginning of time. You put a picture and a caption. That's a funny poster. Now we're calling them memes, and memes are having a different impact on society because some shithead was funny and you know, put a picture of a cat with a fucking saying on there, and now it's a trending meme. I don't know. My day is just a funny poster. So we went from funny posters to memes that somehow have such an impact on the masses. Or, you know, a funny cartoon, a funny poster. They all got converted into this term called a meme. And when I first heard the term meme, I was thinking mime. Like, what they spelled mime wrong? So I got no idea how fucking memes came about. Maybe this is a term that's always existed and I'm just too much of a fucking caveman, a dumbass redneck to even understand that. But that's number 3. A fucking meme. I missed the meme movement, the woke movement, and the MeToo movement. 3 fucking movements. Let's go on to number 4. And this is one of the most heinous ones that luckily I have missed. Don't want no part of, folks. This shit ought to be fucking illegal to humanity. And it's called skinny jeans. Particularly men, grown men, fucking males, wearing skinny jeans. How the fuck did this happen? Now, I did a whole video on this, so I'm not going to rehash it. Maybe if I can figure out how to bing, shit, I don't know. I'm a YouTube idiot. I think I can put a link up there about what I think about, is it there or there? I don't know. What I think about men wearing skinny jeans. I am perplexed, as are anybody older than me. Any generation older than me, we are perplexed that grown-ass men in America are wearing skinny fucking jeans. Those are men wearing tights. Heterosexual, trying to be A-type personality males wearing fucking tights with some pockets sewn on. My generation and the older, we can't take you motherfuckers seriously. How did this happen? How did it become okay for fucking grown-ass men to wear skinny jeans? But it's a direct correlation. Check out that video. But basically, those skinny jeans are choking off the fucking blood flow to these young men's testicles. And it's fucking up the production of androgen and testosterone. That's why they're such pussies. So when I see guys in skinny jeans, you know, these Call of Duty shitheads, CODs as I call them, they're also like back in the day, there was a term, what was it called? You were in the friend zone. Like if you hung out with a bunch of girls, but you know, you weren't sleeping with any of them, people would say, oh, you're in the friend zone. When I see dudes wearing skinny jeans, those are dudes with their balls being choked, fucking up their testosterone, their androgen production, you know, things that you need to develop your characteristics as a male. You're just in a fucking friend zone. That's the way I look at you. I don't know how in the fuck the skinny jean movement happened. Men wearing tights. And all I can do, like I said, is to associate it with the parachute pant movement back in the 80s. Hell, for a couple months, however long it was, I had a different color every day. parachute pants, yellow, red, black, blue, green. And then, you know, you look back and you're like, God damn, I can't believe I wore that shit. Looked like a fucking idiot. And we still got men today wearing skinny jeans. It's perplexing to this dude right here and everybody older than me, I think. So that was number 4. I missed that. I'm glad I missed that shit. All right, number 5. Why do people hate Trump so badly, and why is it suddenly not okay to like, love, or dislike the president? Now, again, I've been over here. I don't know what's going on over there. I can say it a million times, and you just have to take my word for it. I know more about politics in Thailand and the Philippines and Cambodia and Vietnam, because this is where I've been, than I do about what's really going on in America, because I'm not physically present and I don't engage in the mainstream media. I don't talk to friends in America. Most of my friends, all of my friends are over here, so they don't know as well. I talk to my mom and my dad, but I don't want to talk about what Fox News said that day. I just don't want to talk about it. So this was my experience when President Trump got elected. I'm sitting in a bar stool here, and after he got elected, I'd be sitting on a bar stool minding my own business, and fellow gringo walks in, and I'm like, oh shit, here we go. You know, looks over at me. Hey man, where you from? I used to be from the U.S. Oh yeah? What state? Well, I call Atlanta home. Oh yeah? What do you think about Trump? Boom. Get the small talk out of the way. Establish that you're an American. Figure out what state you're from. And then come in for the attack. What do you think about Trump? Folks, it's happened to me so many times that a lot of times when I see Americans coming my way, I'm like, shit, here we go again. And my response would be, my friend, I really don't know. You know, I haven't lived there. I don't live there. I don't know. I really don't have an opinion. All I know about Trump is he was doing them game shows. He's a fucking real estate mogul. I don't fucking know. You know, personally, I don't give a shit about any of these motherfucking politicians. They're all a bunch of fucking criminals out for their own fucking interests. So it doesn't matter who the fuck's in that position. They got no respect for me, from this guy. You know, politicians are basically children who we've enabled to act like criminals. Or you can flip it. Criminals who we've enabled to act like children and they get away with it. So anyhow, I told the guy, I don't fucking know, man. They don't want to take that. They don't want to accept the fact, and when I tell them I don't know. No. Who'd you vote for? Bro. So we go through this whole conversation and they want to fucking engage. They want to engage you. They want to figure out, are you for Trump or are you against Trump? There ain't no middle ground. There's no having a productive conversation about it. You're either on their fucking team, whatever team that is, or you're fucking against them. And people want to go to fucking war over it. And I'm like, bro, listen, I'm not gonna fucking pick a side because I don't know. We're sitting here in fucking Southeast Asia having a beer. Why did you come all the way over here to this side of the world? You know, it's fucking freezing cold back in wherever the fuck you're from. And we're looking at sunshine, beautiful women, fucking cold beer, the fucking beach. And you want to sit here and talk about Trump? That's not on my motherfucking agenda for the day. And you basically have to just get away from these folks. They won't let it go. And you know, they're the guys that come in here for 1 week, 2 weeks, you know, and head back over there. It's hard for them to leave that programming, even for 2 weeks vacation. And I just don't engage them anymore. And I'm not weaseling out of a debate. if I'm informed on a subject, or I think I'm informed and I have an opinion, fuck, I'm not scared to tell you what I think. But when it comes to that, I'm still perplexed. For me, it doesn't matter who's in office. You know, out with the old boss, in with the new boss, it's the same as the old boss. No fucking politician has ever fucking really done anything. They're in it for their own personal fucking agenda. But what perplexes me is that people have told me, and I've read reports, that if you go into a restaurant in America, you know, wearing one of those red Trump hats, what does it say, make America great again, that people are getting thrown out of restaurants, asked to leave by the manager because you're offending the wait staff by wearing a fucking hat. That's perplexing to me, because I believe in freedom of speech. And so for a person living in a country where our First Amendment is freedom of speech, there's some hypocrisy in that. If you're on the side that tells this guy to leave because you don't like what his hat says, you love America, you believe in America, you believe in freedom of speech. Oh, but don't come in here wearing a fucking Trump hat, or don't come in here wearing, you know, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, it's Nancy Pelosi. Is she still alive? I think so. Nancy Pelosi, does she have a hat? Maybe she's got a hat. So let's just say you go walk into a conservative restaurant wearing a Nancy Pelosi hat, and you get asked to leave. That's not freedom of speech. That's not the America that I left and that I knew. So it's very perplexing to me that based on your political beliefs, you are getting thrown out of restaurants in America. That used to not happen, and if it did, somebody got sued or somebody went to jail. That's crazy to me. So that's something else I've missed. I've missed the President Trump campaign and election and presidency, and, you know, wearing a red hat, whatever. I missed all that. I don't get it. Okay, you voted Democrat. You fucking lost. Okay, a few years ago, the Republicans lost. Is it okay to throw people out of fucking restaurants over it? I don't think so. I mean, if you're violating my no asshole rule, yeah, I'll throw you out of my crib here. But you show up here wearing a fucking hat that says, you know, I support Nancy Pelosi, or, you know, I love being a Democrat. So what? It's freedom of speech. You know, let's talk about it. Let's debate. Let me hear your side of the argument, because nobody is 100% right all the time. If everybody thought the same fucking way, it'd be a dull place to live. It'd be a fucked up world. Well, even more than it is. But dissenting opinions, folks, that's how we learn. So anyhow, that whole thing with why people hate Trump, and now, you know, they impeached the guy over what? What do they impeach the guy over? Over a fucking phone call, making deals? I mean, goddamn Clinton was banging out that fat bitch and shoving a fucking cigar up her twat. You know, he didn't get removed in the end, and I got no problem with that. I don't give a fuck who he's banging out. Dude, just stop taking my fucking tax money. That's all I care about. Stop goddamn bombing farmers on the other side of the world, and stop taking my fucking tax money and, you know, giving it away to people. I could care less that Clinton was banging out Monica Lewinsky's big ass with a cigar. I don't care, you know. Matter of fact, love that dude for doing it. You know, he's a man. He loves pussy. Nothing wrong with that. But in today's society, it seems like, even by me saying that people are shrieking Maybe I woke somebody, and maybe some of you out there are saying, whoa, whoa. I don't know. Okay. So don't think that this conversation I just had about Trump, I'm not a supporter. I'm not against him. I'm not there. I don't know. And you just have to take that answer. That's just the way it is. And people ask me about President Obama. I wasn't there for part of his presidency. But I can tell you this, $23 trillion in debt didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen solely because of Obama. It didn't happen solely because of Trump. This is a collective fucking problem. It's a collective problem. The state that the United States finds itself in today, it hasn't happened in the past couple presidencies. Folks, this has been a sinking ship since World War II, and since they assassinated Kennedy. All right, moving right along. We'll get into that. Okay, number 6 on the list of things that I've missed the past decade. All right, who the hell is Greta Thunberg? I hope I said that right. Who is this child that I keep seeing her face on an article, about the environment and climate change, yada, 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 whatever. When I first saw a picture of her, now I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just telling you what I thought. When I first saw a picture of her, I thought I was looking at a blonde-haired version of that little girl on the Addams Family. And as I look at this, I almost think that she's taking, she is emulating that character. She's emulating the character by her look, her hair, and by some of her facial expressions and mannerisms. Because that character on the Addams Family is like both mysterious, scary, serious. And it's just, for me, I grew up watching the Addams Family. It's just too much of a coincidence that she is eerily similar to that character. And it's almost like that's her brand. She's taken part of her brand because she's very recognizable. That character is very recognizable, and I can't even remember the character's name. But I still have no idea who Greta Thunberg is. I guess, from my limited exposure to the articles and stuff, I guess she is a climate activist, and raising awareness about global warming. Now, I might be way off base, but that's what I think. And folks, when something doesn't spark my interest or pertain to me or I feel is relevant, I just discard it. I'm not wasting my brain space with useless facts. So when I see stuff like this, I'm not gonna research Greta Thunberg and watch hours and hours of video and waste my fucking time when I can be watching more relevant videos about advanced propulsion systems, based on new technology, to explain UFO sightings and shit like that. But it perplexes me in so many ways. Let me say number 1, global warming, 99.99999 to the infinite fucking power, global warming or cooling has to do with the sun. The sun is outside our control. What we do here as man on this rock we call planet Earth is so minuscule to the impact that the sun has on the global temperature that it's not even worth talking about. Everything has to do with the sun and how the sun reacts. Ice ages and thaws that occurred before the dawn of man and before the Industrial Revolution had nothing to do with us burning fossil fuels or fucking taking airplanes or doing this, doing that, riding in your car. Okay, yes, is it air pollution? Sure it is. But what us folks, human folks here on the earth are doing is so minuscule compared to what the sun is capable of. The sun dictates the temperature, not fucking 747 or Greta Thunberg's beliefs. You can agree or disagree with that, but there were ice ages and thaws before fucking man came along, before we learned to burn fossil fuels, and so it had nothing to do with man. It has to do with the sun. It has to do with the universe and fucking nature. We are just scraping the fucking paint. We're not even scratching the fucking paint on the surface of this issue. Okay, climate change is a brand. It's a brand and it's a marketing strategy. That's what it is. It's about money. It's about control. Obviously, we don't need to have factories dumping fucking millions of gallons of blue dye from a blue jean factory into a river where people are trying to fish. That's common sense. But to sit here, for us as grown adults and scientists, to listen to a child, that's perplexing to me too. How did this child, this little girl, become, I guess, the face of global warming now? Or environmental climate change? I don't know, whatever her platform is. How did we as adults let a child into this argument who knows shit from Cheyenne-ola? No life experience. Just, what, and I'm speaking out of my mind here because I don't know, but I'm surmising she doesn't have a whole lot of life experience dealing with economies or oil discovery, fossil fuels. She's the typical kid these days that'll do a couple hours worth of internet research, watch 3 YouTube videos, and now they're the fucking expert on any subject from the Vietnam War to, the fucking origin of a brownie. That's today's internet, what I call the Call of Duty shitheads. But how did we as adults, especially my age and beyond, start listening to a child when it comes to something this serious? It's perplexing. It's absolutely perplexing. It's almost like it's a joke. So anyhow, I guess I missed the young Greta Thunberg train of climate change. Yet I am perplexed as to why grown adults in position of power and influence with real life experience, why are we promoting a child? I don't get it. Her look is iconic. It is brandable. It's obviously brandable. Eerily similar to the little girl in the Addams Family. Even her facial expressions when I see these pictures, and I just wonder, are you emulating that character to invoke that response in people? And if she is, fucking genius. You're a genius at marketing and branding. As far as the climate and the environment and global warming and the sun, you don't know shit. You just know what you read on the internet. All right, moving right along to number 7. And folks, don't think that's a personal attack on any one person. She is merely the face of these young Call of Duty shitheads who don't know shit about life, that just do a little research, but because they know how to tweet, they know how to make a Facebook post, they understand hashtags, and they can post a YouTube video, they promote themselves. And they become self-appointed experts in these fields. Where the older guys, who are actually in the oil business, in those types of industries, number one, you don't have time to make a YouTube video. Number two, you don't know what a fucking hashtag does. So that's really for me, the explanation how these kids like her have come up, because they understand how social media and how the internet works. So shout out to her. Good on you for getting to where you're at as far as being a worldwide sort of icon. But you need to study history, the history of our climate, history of the earth, and the impact that the sun has on our atmosphere and on our climate here. All right, enough of that. Okay. Number 7. Seventh thing I missed during the past decade is self-driving cars. You know, when I left the States, I think it was right around the time we were just getting Bluetooth in the stereo, where you could like Bluetooth your phone with the music. You know, my ride when I left my van, it didn't even have that. And in this past decade, we went to having self-driving cars on the roads, from what I understand. I don't know if it's strictly to these Teslas or if other cars are doing it. But really, we got cars now on the roads in America that can drive themselves. That's legal? Does this mean, I mean, for me, it's a wonderful thing. Does it mean now that I can sit in the back seat with a cooler of fucking beer and just have the car drive me around? Sit back there and drink beer, talk on the phone, listen to music, chill? Give me a couple bitches back there rubbing my back? Let the car drive? I don't know what this means. I've never ridden in a fucking self-driving car. I've never seen a self-driving car. A few months ago, I rode in an electric car over in Thailand for the first time. I was amazed that motherfucker went, you know, like on a 2-hour drive and still had battery life left. Like, holy shit, that's the first time I've ridden in an electric vehicle. But you mean to tell me we have self-driving vehicles? That blows my mind. I don't know if I really want to ride in one. I damn sure don't want to ride in a self-driving airplane without pilots there. Yeah, the airplane basically flies itself, but what happens when the computer glitches? You need them two dudes sitting up there fucking to take some action. That's what you need. So if you're in a self-driving car doing 80 and the fucking computer chip starts glitching, you better not be sleeping. Now think about this. Have you ever owned a computer, a PC, that didn't fucking lock up or give you the blue screen of death, or fucking an update locked it up? You ain't never owned a fucking PC that was that reliable. I'm an Apple guy, and for 99.9% of the time, that Apple works. 0.01%, occasionally, I'll have to fucking restart it. The rare occasion, but I do have to restart it. Rare fucking occasion my iPhone needs to restart. Well, what are you doing if you're riding down that damn road doing 80 and all of a sudden the computer glitches and kicks it a hard right? Next thing you know, you take out a tractor trailer and fucking 2 school buses. So for me, I'm not down with these self-driving cars at this point. If Bill Gates can make Microsoft Windows that don't fucking glitch, all right, then I'll believe you can make the software to go in a car. So I'm not totally cool with that. But that's something else that I missed. And I mean, I guess it's coming. I know the technology is coming. There's nothing you can do about it. But right now, fucking Bill Gates can't make fucking Microsoft Windows that'll recognize a new fucking printer. So do I want to trust a self-driving car? No. Not this dude. All right, number 8. Here's another thing I missed. I missed a shitload of mass shootings in America. Nowhere in America now is it safe to go with your family unless you, as the fucking head of that family, have a Glock 22 strapped to your side with 2 extra magazines. And nowhere in America. It is a sad motherfucking day for me to see this latest video that a shithead walks into church and blasts 2 people with a 12-gauge shotgun. That's disturbing. But the true disturbing fact about it is that there's guys standing in the back armed. There has to be armed security in the church. Now luckily he greased that fucker. Great end of the story. But it disturbs me to no end that we have to go to church and have the deacons and members of the congregation standing at the back of that church serving as security guards because shit like that happens. You watch that video, how many church members came out fucking pointing guns? It disappoints me to know that society over there has come to that. So number 8, missed all shitload of mass shootings. Yeah, you can't even attend church these days unless you're armed, preacher, all the deacons, the choir, and the damn blue-haired lady playing the piano. That's the only way you have a chance in today's society in America, even in church. All right, number 9, another thing I missed. Netflix. I'll never use Netflix. Like if you subscribe to Netflix, do you get to watch movies for free? Or that means you have to, if you want to watch a movie, you have to rent them in additional, you know, pay 99 cents, $1.99, whatever it is. I don't know. I ain't never had Netflix. And we just now bought a new TV, so it's got that Netflix app on there that says sign in. Well, I've never paid for Netflix. I've never had a Netflix account. Everybody talks about Netflix. Even when I'm doing this camera research, they talk about, well, this camera is Netflix approved. I don't know the first thing about fucking Netflix. I was thinking about trying a free trial so I could just see what I can get on there. And we don't watch a lot of TV. I got this TV for the kids so they can watch their ABC songs and, you know, try to develop their English skills because they're living here in a Tagalog speaking society. And also I got it so I could see these videos, check them out, see how they look. But I don't know anything about Netflix. So for the past 10 years, I haven't watched any TV shows, any series, don't go to the movies very often. I'd say my favorite movie of the decade, and I don't even really know when it came out. Maybe it came out before 2010. Hateful Eight. Hateful Eight, great movie. Samuel Jackson, holy shit. Love that movie. What was the other one? I don't know. I'm not up on the movies, but yeah. So Netflix, I missed out on that train. Maybe I'm late to the party. Maybe I'll try a free trial here. Okay, number 10. And this is one of those things where my buddy like sent me a clip and said, "Dude, do you believe this shit? What's going on?" You know. All right. So what the hell is and I made a list here. Okay, Antifa. Antifa, I think it is Antifa, alt/right, the Prayer Boys or something about prayer, Patriot Group, something. All these fucking groups that have popped up. What the fuck's up with all these groups? It's like everybody's got a new group these days. So many new groups with no fucking purpose, it seems. What's your fucking cause? What are you doing? Why are you a group? Because all these, I have fucking no idea what they stand for. There's so many groups, it's like everybody's in a group. Groups are so diluted now, they're not even memorable. So I've missed all these pop-up new groups and their fucking agendas that seem about as clear as mud. And one thing that it seems to have in common with all these groups, whether they're left wing, right wing, in the middle, for me they look like just a bunch of skinny jean wearing Call of Duty shitheads. And they got a problem meeting women. You can't get fucking laid because you can't go to the club and tell a bitch she looks good in a tight pair of jeans. So you got to join a fucking group to pass your time. And just pick one of them groups. Here, what's the qualifications for joining this group? Okay, you got skinny jeans on? Welcome to our group. Come on in. Here, get some of this fucking bear spray. We're gonna go out and cause problems. So what the fuck do these groups want? What's their objective? What's their cause? It just seems like they're just out there to fucking act like shitheads. They get tired of playing Call of Duty in their fucking basements, you know, jacking off the midget porn. They can't get fucking laid, so they all get together with all their online Call of Duty shithead friends, you know, strap on their black skinny jeans, go out with their fucking bear spray and bear spray people. I mean, I don't get it. And again, all I know is, like, you know, me and my buddy saw this video in Portland, Oregon. I love Portland, Oregon, but I haven't been there since 2002, so maybe it's changed a lot. But I was there in 2002. I love Portland, Oregon. Been there many times, hanging out there. I love the place. Seattle, not so much, but Portland, I love Portland. But you watch this video in Portland where these guys or these group of folks are eating on this outdoor patio. And here come a group of, you know, Call of Duty skinny jean wearing shitheads wearing black and fucking Kevlar. And that's perplexing to me, that people are walking around in America wearing fucking body armor and Kevlar. Wow. And then somebody fucking bear sprays somebody, and some dude inside the restaurant pulls out a bear spray, and they're bear spraying each other, pepper spray. Perplexing. Absolutely perplexing to me. And then what perplexed me, especially being a former cop, the cops show up. And it looked to me like they didn't arrest nobody. They didn't do nothing. They just kind of show up. Show up. And just like fucking talk to people. That's perplexing to me as well. Now listen, I'm all about freedom of speech. I'm all about fucking protesting. I'm all about when things need to change, you got to take some action. Not advocating violence, but you got to protest. You got to exercise your First Amendment right. But you didn't see Martin Luther King, who changed things that seemed to be unchangeable. You didn't see Martin Luther King going around fucking bear spraying people on a patio while they're trying to drink a beer and sip on their coffee. So what these little young Call of Duty shitheads are doing, they're just doing nothing but basically exercising disorderly conduct. They're just neighborhood nuisances. You're not furthering your cause because you don't have a fucking cause. You don't have a clear fucking objective. And you're just neighborhood fucking nuisances. All you little skinny jean wearing shitheads walking around with your helmets and your fucking pepper spray, causing all these problems, no matter what group you're from. You're just a bunch of pussies. You're a bunch of pussies with too much time on your hands because you can't get fucking laid and you ain't got a girlfriend. And your little thumbs are tired for being in the fucking basement. So you go out with your shithead friends and wreak havoc. And I understand it's hard to be a police officer in America these days. But I'm going to tell you what would have happened back in the day, 20 years ago, when me and the J-Dog were busting heads. You go to a fucking restaurant and you fucking pepper spray some people, and people will pepper spray you back. Me and the J-Dog show up, we'll take every one of you motherfuckers to jail. Ain't enough room in the car, you call for the fucking school bus. There was some accountability. You want to protest, that's fine. But But you walk up to some people trying to drink their fucking beer and bust out some pepper spray, somebody's going to jail. Disorderly conduct. And I guess times have changed. Times have changed, folks, and that's why the U.S. is like it is. Back in the day, we didn't tolerate that shit. If you're sitting there with your family, whatever, even if there's a table full of people that are part of this group, you're sitting there trying to fucking eat, and some shitheads come over and get involved and pepper spray the whole 9 yards, somebody's going to be accountable for that. You may not end up in prison, and you may beat the rap, but you're not going to beat the ride. Because dudes like me and the J-Dog show up, you taking a motherfucking ride. You're going to jail. Disorderly conduct. Misdemeanor. You know, you're not going to do any jail time, but you're gonna be inconvenienced for your disorderly conduct and your bullshit. And so that's what I see. I see all these groups over there, no clear objective, no clear cause, no plan, no real organization, standing behind this brand, their little hashtag, whatever their fucking hashtag is. Okay, we got a hashtag, now we're a fucking group. You and your fucking skinny jeans and your hashtag and your bear spray, you're just street hooligans. You're just street fucking hooligans, disturbing the peace and serenity of the majority of the people living and trying to conduct business in the area that you're operating. You're nobody. You're fucking nobody. Just a street nuisance. And I understand the climate. It's hard to fucking police like we used to police. But part of it's on you damn cops over there. You're afraid to grab a set of balls and rock the fucking boat. And yes, a lot of times tolerance and restraint is the way to go. You know, say two rival groups go at it on a street in the middle of the night, there's nobody else around. By all means, let them fight it out. Let them fight it out, folks. I don't give a fuck. Let them kill each other. But when these shitheads go to a place of business, now imagine if I'm sitting there eating with my old lady and my 2 kids, and all this ruckus goes off, and me or my old lady or my kids get fucking pepper sprayed in the melee, and the cops show up and nobody gets fucking taken for a ride. I got a problem with that. I do got a problem with that. And you know, cops are damned if they do, damned if they don't. But you know what we used to say? If that motherfucker wants to complain, he'll be complaining from the jail cell. Letting the judge sort it out. That's what they make judges and attorneys for. But anyhow, I love Portland. Haven't been there a long time. Well, I passed through there. Take that back. I passed through the airport. But spending time in Portland has been 2002. And for whatever reason that I've seen this collection of clips and this collection of Call of Duty shitheads up there, I have no idea why I'm in Portland. I mean, Portland is, for me, from my standpoint, it's a very eclectic place, sort of like Asheville, North Carolina. And maybe that's why they've all gathered there. I like the eclecticness of Portland. But if I'm sitting in a restaurant and one of you motherfuckers busts out some pepper spray or some bear spray, you better be ready to throw down. I'm not cool with that. When there's innocent people involved, they ain't got nothing to do with you and your fucking bullshit beliefs. You gotta be held accountable. So folks, that pretty much concludes my list. Those are the top 10 things that me, myself, King Marcos, this dude right here, 10 things that I missed while not living in the United States of America for the majority of the past decade. And I feel disappointed that a lot of these things are going on, because I do love my home country, but I'm very disappointed. I'm disappointed, and I just had to back off and say, you know, I did my time, I did my part, and now it's time for me to enjoy life and not live that lifestyle. Worried about every day, am I going to say the wrong thing to somebody? You know, am I going to get in trouble at work because somebody saw me wearing the wrong color fucking hat? Am I going to get thrown out of a restaurant because people might think I'm associated with this political party? I don't deal with all that. I don't deal with racism, being called a racist, you know, transgender issues. We don't talk about shit like that. It's just not part of life. Everybody just coexists. Yes, we have the same problems in daily life, but you take out all that bullshit. I just don't deal with that. And I don't think I could come back there to dealing with the social climate where freedom of speech doesn't exist. It only applies to certain groups. I'll just keep my memories of America. And the memories that I keep are the 70s when I was a kid, being around my grandfather, being close to family. I'll keep those memories. And for the rest of my days, I'll live it out. Southeast Asia, maybe Australia, maybe Europe. You know, life's too short. And I definitely don't want to go back to that social climate. And so if you're living there listening to my voice right now, I understand your pain just based off of what people have told me. And if I pissed anybody off during this video, well, that's good. That's your problem. You got a comment section down below. I don't censor anybody unless you violate my no asshole rule. So say pretty much whatever you want. I believe in freedom of speech, and I believe in dissenting opinions. So leave your comments down below and see what people have to say. But I just thought that I'd share that with you. You know, here we are at 2020, and again, I wanted to do this before New Year. I didn't get around to it. Shit happens. That's just my kind of looking back on a decade of things I missed out on, and I'm glad to be living here currently in Southeast Asia and have the ability to travel and, you know, see other parts of the world and be a part of other cultures and, you know, not a part of other political processes, but you're an observer. You get to see how other cultures and other countries conduct themselves with their governments. And no government is perfect. I believe in free speech, less government, and cold beer. But folks, I want to thank you for joining me on this video. I hope the audio is okay. There's a little bit of wind out here. I'm broadcasting from my penthouse suite here at the Waldorf overlooking Times Square, just outside Subic Bay here in the Philippines, and just enjoying life. It is a beautiful day with a breeze coming through. That sun is coming up. It's gonna be hot as hell. It's a beautiful Sunday, and I think I'm gonna take my crew over to the beach. Maybe just grab a little chicken and our little charcoal grill. Go do some grilling on the beach, because I've talked so long that my voice is gone. I can't do no more talking to the camera today. So I'm gonna put the video cameras away and spend the rest of the afternoon with wife number one, my baby boy Forrest G, and actually Faye showed up today. It's her day off on Sunday. She shows up. I don't know why. She said Francis decided to work today, so she excuse me. She decided to come over, so we're glad to have her. Folks, if you're not a subscriber, the bottom right hand corner of your screen, I think it's right there, there's a little Overstay Road sign. If you click that, you subscribe to my channel. Food, beer, visas, bad behavior, commentary, a little slice of my life. There's no niche here. You might be looking at my walk one night, and then the next I'm talking, you know, talking head video about some issues like I just did. So if you're looking for one niche, if you're looking for you know, bar girls or the beach or travel tips, You'll get that, but not in niche format. It's just whatever I feel like talking about. It's like life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get, especially right here. Yeah, a couple other things. Links down in the description. A lot of people ask me how I met my old lady, wife number one. Well, boom, links down in the description to the website. So if you're just broke up with your old lady over in the West, and you want to try to get away from girls in the West, well, there's a website down below you can start out. There's many ways, but that's one website. And there's also a link to my Amazon author page. Yeah, believe it or not, this old redneck wrote 2 books. They're available on Amazon in paperback and Kindle format. So check those books out. If you read them, make sure you do a review, honest review over on Amazon. Hell, I'd appreciate it. And what else? Wherever you're at in the world, folks, hope you have a great day, great evening, great morning. The world is round, so time's different for everybody. Got a global audience that I'm proud of. 18 karat gold subscribers here on my channel. And folks, I'll see you on the next video, next live stream, the next adventure, the next cooking show. Appreciate you listening to my voice and for supporting my channel by leaving comments, thumbs up, thumbs down, super chat money, PayPal funds, buying shit through those affiliate links. Thanks for supporting us. I'll see you guys on the next one, my friends. And peace out. Find that damn button.